Welcome everybody to CCNA package tracer activity, which is 2.9.1. And on this package tracer activity, I'm going to show you a basic switch and in-device configuration. I'm just going to zoom our objective here. So right here, we're given, it says configure host names and IP addresses on two Cisco Internetwork operating system iOS switches using the command line interface. Use Cisco iOS commands to specify or limit access to device configurations. Use iOS commands to save the running configuration. Configure two host devices with IP addresses. Verify connectivity between the two PC in devices. So it's going to be a pretty easy lab, and I'm sure you're going to learn many things on how to set up host names, set up passwords, set up IP addresses, go to different interfaces, and so on. So without further ado, let's get started. So we're given a scenario here. It says, as a recently hired LAN technician, your network manager has asked you to demonstrate your ability to configure a small LAN. Your tasks include configuring initial settings on two switches using the Cisco iOS and configuring IP addresses parameters on host devices to provide end-to-end connectivity. You are able to use two switches and two host PCs on a cabled and powered network. So we have over here two switches and we have two in devices, as you can see here, two computers. So we're going to be configuring those. Here it says configure the device to fulfill the requirements below. And the requirement here, the first thing we need to do is it says use a console connection to access each switch. So right now we can't access any of the switches because we don't have a console connection. So to do this, we're going to have to do our console connection. As you can see, we have a console cable here, but real quick, I just want to demonstrate that what I mean by we can't access the switch. So if I go to terminal and if I press OK, we can't access the switch now because we don't have a console connection. So I'm on my manager's computer. I should have been accessing room 145, but I don't see anything here. So I press X. I go to my console cable. I press manager. Excuse me. I didn't press it. I press my console. I click on my manager and I type RS232 and I go to room 145 and I go to my console port. So right now I can access my room 145 from my manager's in device. And we're going to have to do the same thing for our reception to access room 146. I press on my console cable. I press reception RS232 and I do my console here. So as you can see now we're set it up so I can access my room 146 from my reception and I can access my room 145 switch from my manager's in device. So let's see what's given to us next. It says name room 145 and room 146 switch. So we're gonna have to be naming these devices. So if I go to my manager's terminal, I press OK. As you can see now I'm able to access the switch. So I press enter. So what I mean by naming them is right now, as you can see here, it says just switch, but this has to change to room 145. So to do that, we first have to go to the privilege mode. I type enable and I press enter. As you can see right now, I'm on the privilege mode. My greater than sign has changed to a pound sign. That's how I know. But to do our host name, we're going to have to go to the configuration terminal. So to do our passwords, host name, configuring IP addresses, everything is done from the configuration terminal. On the privilege mode, we can, see the running configuration, save our configuration, and so on. Right now, before setting up our switch names and passwords, I just want to show you the status real quick. So if I do show run, so as you can see, my host name is switch. That needs to be changed. And over here, if you see our line VTY, we don't have any password. It just says login. Also, our line console doesn't have any password. So we're going to be setting up this. So to do that, as I said, I'm going to have to go to my configuration terminal. I press config T, and then I'm going to type hostname, and then I'm going to type room 145, and I just press enter. So as you can see here, my switch has changed from switch to room 145. So we've completed the first step on our first switch. So next it says use the R4XE3 password for all lines. For all lines mean for our console line and as well as for our VTY line. So this is our console line and this is our VTY line. We have 15 VTY line and we have line console 0. So let's first set up our line console 0. So line console 0 is the password we use to first access the switch. So let's do that right now. So I type line console 0. So I'm on my line console now. So I type password and then I put on the password that's given to us here. Let me see if I'm able to copy paste it because that will make it easy. So, all right. So I've pasted my line console password right here. So I press enter and then I'm going to have to give it the login command and I'm going to have to exit out. So right now I've set it up my line console. So next it says use the C4AJA secret password. Oh, before that we're going to have to set up this password for all lines. So we're going to have to set up also our VTY line, which is this line here. So as you can see, we have already set it up this line. Now we're going to have to set up this line. So after we've set it up, I'm going to go to my show run command again, and I'm going to show you the updated information here. So I'm going to type uh, line VTY. I want to see from 0 to 15. So I'm going to do password. We're going to do just the same command. And then our password is going to be the same thing. Press enter. I do the same thing, login, and then I do exit. So right now we have set it up our all lines. So if I do show run, as you can see here, our password is R4XE3 for our VTY line, and for our line console 0, as you can see, it's password R4XE3, which is given to us here. So next what we're going to do is it says use the C4AJA secret password. So we're going to go back to the configuration terminal. To set up our secret password, we don't need to go on any line. We just set it up from here. I have to type password. I have to type enable secret. And then I'm going to have to put my secret password, which is right here. I'm going to copy paste it as I did before. I'm going to go to my manager's desktop. I'm going to paste this. I'm going to press enter. For this, we don't have to do login. So I've already set it up my secret password. So it says encrypt all clear text passwords. So what they mean by this is if I exit and if I do my show run, everything should be on plain text. As you can see all of my password. And the last password we set it up is our secret password, which we must see here. It says enables, oops, I'm sorry. So as you can see here, which is our secret password. Only our secret password is encrypted right now, but every other password is on plain text as our VTY line and our line console. So we're going to have to encrypt that. So I go here, I'm going to have to go back to my configuration terminal. So I'm going to have to give it a command, say service password encryption. So this way right now, so I have encrypted everything. So if I do my show run, as you can see here, the password is encrypted. It doesn't say R4 and so on or C4AJA. So everything here is encrypted. It has converted to a hash password. So anybody who can access our switch can never see our password. So that's a good thing. Now it says configure an appropriate message of the day, which is the MOTD banner. So the banner it's just a display warning uh, to prevent unauthorized users from accessing the switch. And it's also used to provide information to users, such as name, contact information of IT department, or other, necessary information for users. So let's say that. So as I said before, we're going to have to go to configuration terminal. and then we're gonna have to type banner MOTD. So to demonstrate what we just talked about, I'm going to show you what an MOTD, how to set up a correct MOTD banner. This is just an example. You can set up an MOTD banner on how your company likes it, or just following their guidelines. But here, let me just show you a quick MOTD banner that shows you everything. So first, we're going to type authorized access only. I'm going to do space here so that when we first enter, this is going to appear in the middle. I'm going to press enter, and I'm going to put my next text. I could have just closed this and just end the MOTD banner right here, but if I want to continue, I just press enter without closing the quotation. So next, I'm just going to write down this system is the property of, you can put your company name. I'll just say ABC Company. I press enter again. Just to double space it, I press enter again. And then I can put unauthorized access or use is strictly prohibited. All right, I can do that. Put an exclamatory mark. I can say again, all access to this system is monitored, as you can say, and logged. I can just put a full stop here and go to my next one. And then I can just say, please contact the IT department for any questions or concerns. And then I can just end it here. So this is just, to show you what an MOTD banner is. It's not just to prevent unauthorized users, which even though that's the main purpose, but you can also, give information about give users information of how they can access the IT department. I could have put a phone number here or an email where they can access the IT department. You can put that after here. I can just put 111 111 111 through this phone number. So, something like that. I'm just going to erase this. So if I press enter now, I have set up my MOTD banner. I want to exit out and just show you real quick what that looks like. So this is my switch. When I press enter now, it says we forgot to double space this here, but it's fine. It's just, as an example. It is authorized access only. This system is the property of ABC Company. Unauthorized access or use is strictly prohibited. All access to this system is monitored and logged. Please contact the IT department for any questions or concerns. So, that's just, if there's an authorized user, I mean, that just can help back them off from doing unauthorized thing. So, that's just the main purpose. So let's just go back to our console here. So I'm gonna put my console password, which is R4XXE and 3. And then now I'm on my I'm in my switch, so I'm gonna have to go to my privilege mode. I press enable, and then I put my secret password, which is right here. So my secret password is gonna be C4AJA. So I'm on my privilege mode right now. So let's see what we have after the MOTD banner. So next we configure addressing for all devices according to the addressing table, which is right here. So save config, and then we're going to save our configuration. So let's just set that up real quick. So I go to my configuration terminal, and then I go to interface VLAN 1. And then I set up my IP address. I'm just, seeing this table right here. This table right here. This is my IP address in subnet mask for my VLAN 1. So let's me just type that. So I put IP address, and then I put my IP address 128.107.20.10, and then my subnet mask, which is 255.255.255.0. I press enter. Always don't forget the no shutdown command to put the interface up. As you can see here, the status changed to up. That's good. We press enter. So next, our next thing is just to save the configuration, verify connectivity between all devices. Oh, before that, we saved our configuration. So to save it, I go back to my privilege mode. I exit out of the interface, exit out of configuration terminal, and then I just put copy run start, which is copy running configuration startup configuration. I press enter. It says destination file name. Press just enter. So now we have saved our configuration. All right. So right here. So over here on the manager, we see an IP address here. So let's just set that up also real quick. I go to my IP configuration because I see a manager IP address. We need to put that, which is 128. I'm just saying right here. Okay. We haven't finished that yet. So this is the IP address for the manager and the subnet mask. So I'm going to do 128.107.20.25. And then I go to my subnet mask. I do 255.255.0. That's it. All right, so we're done with the switch number 1. So I'm going to configure switch number 2 real quick. We're just going to follow the same exact rule and commands to configure our switch number 2. If I'm going a little bit fast on the switch number 2, just go back to switch number on how I set up the manager's switch, and you can just follow that if you want to go really slow. But I recommend you set up this switch without seeing my video. I recommend you stop this video right here and start configuring your room 146 based on how I configured the room 145. But anybody who want to follow along, feel free. So I'm going to go to my reception. I'm going to go my desktop terminal. I press enter. So right now it's switched. I press enable, and then I'm on my privilege mode now. I go to my configuration terminal, and then I do my host name, which is room 146. All right, so I press enter, and then I'm gonna have to set up my LAN console passwords. I'm gonna put password. I'm gonna do the exact password that's given to us, which is R4X capital X E3. I press enter. Oh, I mistyped password. Wow, that's a lot of S's. So I press enter now. I do login. I do exit. I do the same thing for my line console. Line VTY, sorry. Line VTY 0 to 15. Because we have 15 VTY lines. I go to password. I go to password, and then I do the same password. R4XE3. I press enter, and then right now I just give it the same login, and then I exit out. The next thing we're going to do is do the secret password. So for the secret password, I'm going to just do it here without going to any line. I'm going to put enable secret, and then do my secret password, which is C4AJA. I press enter. For my secret, I don't need to put the login command and so on. So I'm going to have to encrypt everything. So I'm going to put service password encryption right here. All right, so we have encrypted the password. Next, we're going to have to give an MOTD banner. For the MOTD banner, you've already seen what a banner looks like. So I'm just going to give a short MOTD banner, MOTD. I'll put my quotation. I'm just going to say authorized access only. I'm just going to close my quotations. It's just going to be my MOTD banner. All right. I'm just going to backspace this one. Okay, so this is just going to be my MOTD banner. Before, we set it up a big MOTD banner, but right now it's just for demonstration purpose. You can set up that long MOTD banner or just go with the authorized access only. And I press enter. Now I've set up my MOTD banner. And then it says configure addressing for all devices on the addressing table. So we have configured our 145's IP address. Now we're going to have to configure VLAN 1 IP address. I'm going to go here. I'm going to set up my VLAN 1 of room 146. So I go to interface VLAN 1. I press enter, I type IP address, and then put my VLAN 1 IP address, which is going to be 128.107.20.15. I'm going to do my subnet mask 255.255.255.0. I press enter. I do my no shutdown command. That's really important. Make sure of that to put your interface uh, interface to up. So now I've done that. I exit out, exit again because I need to save my configuration. Now I'm on my privilege mode, so I can save it. Copy running configuration to startup configuration. So I just can put copy run start, press enter. It says, do you want to do this file name? I press enter again. So I have set it up my everything here and I've saved my configuration. But one thing we didn't do here is configure our all devices according to our addressing table. We haven't set up the reception IP address, which is right here. So I'm gonna have to go back. I press X here. I go back to my IP configuration. And then I put 128.107.20.30. Do my subnet mask 255.255.0. But here, if you have noticed before, we haven't used the default gateway. We also haven't used our default gateway address now because we don't have a default gateway here. This is a switch. These computers belong to the same network, so that's why we don't have to use a default gateway because we're not trying to access the internet outside of our local area network. That's the reason why we're not setting up a default gateway, excuse me. So I press X. So we're done with this lab. So as you can see here, right now you have a completion of 100%. So if you're missing a percentage here, just make sure, go back to the video, see what you've done wrong, or you just troubleshoot it by yourself without going to the video. It's just up to you on how you want to, go about this. So if you don't see the video, if you have missed a step, if you go back and do it by yourself, it will help you to, analyze, troubleshoot, and stuff like that. But if you also want to go back to the video and see everything, please feel free. And now we're just going to do the verify connectivity between all devices. So I'm going to go to my manager, I'm going to put X, I'm going to have to go to my command prompt, and I'm going to have to ping my reception's IP address, which is this address. Let me just copy this. So I do ping, and then I paste it. So as you can see here, our ping is successful. We have received 4 packets. We have sent and received 4 packets. That has worked. Our reception should also work. I do ping, and then let me copy this. So now I'm pinging my manager's IP address. I paste it here, press enter. As you can see here, our ping was successful as well from my reception to my manager's device. So thanks everybody for following this video to the end. That's all for today. If you have any questions, please make sure to leave a comment below and I'll make sure to answer all of your questions. If there's any packet tracer activities that you're struggling with, please put it in the comment below and I will make sure to put a video on it. So until next time, everybody, bye.